Welcome back to the Global Local, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to come hang out with me. For the new guys that are new to my channel, welcome aboard, guys. I really hope you guys get something out of today's video. And for the guys that's been with me for a while, as always, how are you guys doing, man? I hope you guys are well. Hope your families are doing well as well. I'm back on the road like always, and I do want to talk about today's topic while I'm out here, which is the fresh meat syndrome, man. New guys smell like fresh meat as soon as they get off the plane. You know, the new guys, man, they get off the plane, man, they get eaten alive, man. I see a lot of new guys walking around my city where I'm at. I haven't said anything to anybody, just looking and stuff like that. You know, they got that glow, that wide eye, full of dreams, smelling like optimism, imported cologne. You know, they look 10 pounds lighter, thinking they finally escaped the matrix. You know, and the locals, they're gawking, man. They're looking, especially the hustlers and the heartbreakers, the opportunists. Yeah, you look like you think you smell like freedom. You smell like fresh meat to them, fresh out of the palenque. You got that slot machine vibe with some Lucky Sevens going across the screen, you know. Welcome to the Philippines, bro, man. I really hope you pack more than a tank top and some blind enthusiasm, man, because you're going to need some help to navigate through this place, man. You got to be out here in the Philippines, you need some street smarts, man. You need some street smarts. That's just the truth behind it, man. When you're new, it shows, bro. You tip too much. You know, you start saying "po" way too often. You know, you smile. Your smile, yeah, it looks like you're running for office. You know, you waving at everybody. But in the real world out here, man, it's like you're chumming the water, man. The sharks here, they don't circle around you, man. They swarm. And I'm telling you from experience, man. As soon as I got off the plane, my first time here in 2007, I was still in the military. I was stationed in South Korea, and I had came over here on a vacation to visit my wife's family. And you know, I didn't expect anything too crazy, but you know, I had that new guy essence. Everything was so cool to me. Everything was just so wild and wide open. It's like this place has no rules, and I love it. It was just a weird feeling. Philippines has its own feeling. If you've been here for a while, you know what I'm talking about. It's got its own feeling you can't experience nowhere else in the world. You know, and there was one time when my son was having a birthday party out here, and you know, all the kids were there. And then after the birthday party, a popcorn vendor came by, and I was buying my son some popcorn. All the kids swarmed me. All the kids came around me, and I bought popcorn for all the kids like it was nothing. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed that moment. You know what I mean? But after that moment, I noticed something. Every time I would go and buy something, like the ice cream truck would come or the ice cream vendor would come, everybody would swarm me. Anytime somebody was selling treats or I was going to buy something off of a vendor that I was walking by, everybody swarmed me. It became an expectation. So I'm telling you from experience, they don't circle, they swarm. And then, you know, when you get off that airplane and you first come out here, again, you're not going to notice it, though. But the girl that just winked at you at the Sorry Star store, that she just saw the way you held your iPhone, she's like, wow, you know. The trike driver, you know, the tricycle driver, the guy who gave you the foreign price, he noticed that you're wearing name brand shoes and not the Class A version that the locals get, you know. The guy who keeps asking you where you're from, he's probably mapping out how much he can borrow next week. All right? You didn't arrive in the Philippines. You announced yourself, and you didn't even know it, bro. Western logic is useless here. You know, one of the fastest ways to get wrecked out here is to apply Western rules to Eastern reality. You're used to things making sense. Out here, things feel right or they don't. That's the rule book. All right? You'll hear yeses all the time. Yes. But sometimes those yeses just means maybe. You'll make plans for 4 o'clock in the afternoon and wonder why nobody shows up until sundown. That's Filipino time. All right? If it's too good to be true, it's probably because your girlfriend got 2 SIM cards, one for the foreign boyfriend in Dubai, and the other one for you and the rest of the simps who choose to pay for her love or whatever else she's got you paying for. All right? Out here, logic is opinionated. It's optional. All right? Adaptability, now that is survival out here. You're not the savior. You're the supply. Sometimes guys come out here and they give too much. Most expats think they're going to save people or they're going to change lives. All right? You pour out energy, your money, your time, trying to help fix people's things. Save the day, not realizing that in this country, you have the haves. That's people that have things. And you have the people who have not, meaning that every person is for themselves. And they will get it by any means necessary, no matter if it puts you in a bad position, because your problems are your problems. All right? You're running on empty fumes, trying to fuel the masses. And it's not going to work, man. And trust me, people will take whatever you give them without question. You already smell like money. You look like free pocket change. And the only thing that some of these people hear is how much your pension is while smiling at you at the same time. So you really, really got to learn the game out here. It's the only way you're going to survive out here. Handing out loads of cash, paying for everybody's hospital bills, lunches, the emergencies never seem to end. All right. You'll meet people who will tap you on your arm with their hand out. And it's like hand to mouth with just an expectation for you to give them money like you owe them something. You don't even know them from a can of paint. But that's the expectation. You're a foreigner. You're glowing. All right. I've been in places where there are a lot of people around me. And for some reason, the one person that needs money found me and tapped me. You got 5, 6 other dudes that are around me. But you poked at me, and it's because I'm different. I look like I look like money, even when I try to look like I don't. And don't get me wrong, some of them are truly, truly struggling. And if you got it in your heart that you're like, yeah, you're struggling, help them out, man. It's okay to be helpful. It's okay to be a good person. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you give it out, don't expect nothing in return. Do it with the grace of your heart and move on. But others, yeah, being poor is a hustle. Pity is pitch. You know what I mean? And honestly, you're the funding source. You the one showed up smiling, smelling like this big old bag of money, that bleeding Western generosity, assuming the best in everyone, But the streets here, they don't care about your intentions. They care about the wallet stamina. That's all that they care about. That new guy high, that wears off really, really fast out here. Faster than you actually can believe, man. It's all magic at first. You got the 60 peso beers, the my love messages by lunchtime and all the good stuff, man, But reality does set in fast here. One of these days, the AC gonna die on you. And when it dies, it's gonna be the day that you need it. The karaoke never gonna stop running 7 nights a week, and they sing loud out here. They sing happily, and ain't nothing you can do about it, You thought your budget was gonna last you a year, but it burnt out in 6 months. Your girlfriend suddenly needs space because you stopped sending her Gcash. You don't know what happened. Love turned into debt. You were building a life. Now you're Googling flights. I'm getting up out of here, man. I can't take it, man. And I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. But, it takes some real street smarts to live out here in the Philippines, all right? So when you're getting off this airplane, you need to understand something. You need to learn the rhythm of their music before you start dancing out here in public. All right. Start listening more and, talking less. Observe before offering. Say no without explaining. Matter of fact, don't put yourself in a position to have to give an answer like that if you can avoid it. All right. Don't be the loud foreigner screaming at 7-Eleven because your car won't swipe. Be the calm guy drinking that Red Horse, smiling at the madness, man. Just, you know what? It's a game. All right. It's a game. And if you don't know the rules, you're not a player. You're just a prize. This game out here, it can be fun. It can be vibrant, full of opportunity, but only if you figure out how things work. The Philippines is great, man. I'm not going to lie. Especially if, like for me, man, the chaos of the Philippines is exciting to me. And I don't know why. It's a different type of chaos. It's not the chaos that I come from. I come from, gang people, being around gangs and growing up in that kind of environment. That's chaotic. That's the kind of chaos that I grew up in. But out here, the chaos out here is a different kind of chaos, and for some reason I like it. It's okay. But you gotta come out here and enjoy the Philippines and stop trying to fix it. The people are the only ones who can fix what's broken here. You're just an extended visitor. And when you leave, things are going to go back to what it was. You're not Caesar Borgia out here. You can't save this place. You'll really thrive if you understand people's motivations. All right. Your kind heart should remain kind, but alert. You'll need a little bit of street smarts to live effectively. The locals can smell an unsavvy meal ticket. I promise you they can. All right. And it's your job to take yourself off the menu. You'll survive longer if you spend less time chasing love and build a life for yourself. Love will find you at that point, and it'll be respected because the love is built based on your boundaries and not what you give. The Philippines will either be the best time of your life or it'll eat you alive and spit out your flip-flops. The choice is really yours. You know, you can either blend in and be smart, and of course set your boundaries like we always say, and don't try to fix what isn't supposed to be fixed by you. You know, stop announcing yourself like you're here to save the village. Stay humble, stay alert, and take yourself off the menu, man. Fresh meat don't last long out here, bro. Now, that's all that I have for you guys on this episode. If you have any questions of me, please let me know in the comment section. If you guys got any video ideas or anything that you want me to cover, also let me know in the comment section, and I'll try to accommodate you guys to the best of my ability. Make sure you love yourself as always and take care of yourself, all right? Until next time, holla at your boy. Peace out, bro.